Welcome to Car Talk, where we talk everything about car. Today, at this month, the Merdeka month, the Malaysia Day month, let's forget about all those boring SUVs, the Chinese vehicle, EV that we have been reviewing all the time. Let's rewind back to time and review the one and only true Malaysian motorsport brand. The STI for Subaru, the Ready Art for Mitsubishi, the AMG for Mercedes-Benz, the M-Power for BMW. No, we are talking about R3. The R3 for Malaysian.
This video is brought to you by Cars International, Malaysia's car beauty expert with 50 more base centers nationwide.
So let's rewind back in time where Proton actually built something like this. But for those who are millennial, you might not be aware of how great this product is or what is this brand about. It's okay, let's rewind back in time. Back in 1980s, there is a word called race on Sunday and sell on Monday. So that's how Mitsubishi sells their Evos and Subaru sells their STI. At that time, Proton, being a brand that are closely affiliated with Mitsubishi, they also have their own Proton racing division. They call it the PERT. And that's the time where you will see a lot of cars that we forget nowadays, but it's a thing back then. For example, the Super Saga, the Wajah Evolution, yes, Wajah that modified to Evolution, or the Proton Evolution that go for rally, all those cars. It actually managed to create a brand impression to Proton, whereby Proton is a brand that built sporty car and high performance car. Despite there's a catch, Proton did not actually build those cars. Or was it? In the early 1990s, Proton successfully acquired one of the most prestigious British manufacturer, a sport car manufacturer. You know it? We know it. It's called the Lotus. And after Proton acquired Lotus, they have do their best to manufacture the so-called first sports car under Proton badge, the Proton Satria GTI. And you all know that Proton Satria is also a sporty car back then that are donated or shared platform or inherited from Mitsubishi, the Mirage Cyborg or the Mirage Asti. There are some rumors that back then, because of Proton and Mitsubishi relationship, the official reason called it the QC. The unofficial reason or rumors has it that Mitsubishi are not willing to provide the top of the line MyWac engine back then. If I remember correctly, it's the 4G62. Then Proton decided to use the best engine they have available at the moment, the 4G93P or so-called 1.8 liter, stuck it into a Satria, find some engineers in Lotus and put some magic in it. Tada! A Proton Satria GTI. Proton Satria GTI, if I remember correctly back then, is selling for about 70 to 80,000, which is not exactly affordable given on the context of the era. In the early 2000s, the late 1990s, average income of a Malaysian is about 3,000 ringgit. Yeah, same like now. You know how fucked up Malaysia economy is for these years. I said it, you heard it. After Proton releases Satria GTI and keep on dominating the rally races, there are some foreign famous auto reviewer, for example Richard Hammond and Tiff Nadell from Fifth Gear rebuilt Satria GTI. STI is doing extremely great. Type R is becoming a legend. Rally Art is selling their Evos like hotcake. So what does Proton do back then? In 2003, the Prince of Drift, Tengku Jan, founded this brand, the Race Rally Research R3. And this brand is determined to be the motorsport inspired street car brand for Malaysian. From Malaysia for Malaysian. And the first ever product they created is this, the Proton Satria R3. Back in 2003, when I am still a primary school student, we are all being brainwashed with the idea of Wawasan 2020, where Kuala Lumpur have flying cars, some futuristic stuff. I'm quite sure you have drawn some pictures regarding to your Wawasan 2020. Now it's 2025. After all these years, from 2003 to 2025, I have become an adult and R3 has officially tutup kedai. Let's rewind back to time and see what is this car about back then. In 2003, when R3 just started, they have an ambitious plan. They wanted to release a car that are equivalent to the Malaysian EK9, the Malaysian Type R, so we say. And not only that, they are intended to become the factory tune team or the factory tune accessories, where you can drive the car and if you're not satisfied with it, you can go back to R3 and R3 will soup it up for you with factory warranty, whatnot, and with engineers backup from the manufacturer itself. It's a very promising idea and I believe this is something that we as a Malaysian should be proud of, because let's face it, they are the one and they are the only one that are doing this. Given this is the first product of Proton R3, R3 did not only manufacture this car at that era, they also releases several special editions. For example, the Maja MEM edition, Gen 2 MEM edition, so to say. All happens in the early 2000s. Looking at the catalog itself, you'll find quite a number of examples on what R3 able to offer. Not just that, you can also opt to go for stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, different setting of rims. This car also able to break quite a number of circuit records in Malaysia. As I said again and again, R3 is a brand that are meant for Malaysia and for Malaysian motorsport enthusiasts only. And now, let's go for a drive with the owner Fahmi and feel the driving enthusiasm, the Malaysia optimism back in the early 2000s.
So joining me with here is the proud owner of this Proton Satria R3, Mr. Fahmi. And we are going to talk about this car from Mr. Fahmi's perspective. And as I know, he is slightly younger than me. And let's begin with the question. Out of all the car that you can buy on the market right now, why you purchase this car? Why not a Honda? Why not a Toyota? And for sure, there's a lot of girls asking you, why not a Hatiwa? Why? Out of everything, why a Satria? And not only any Satria, but the Satria R3.
Okay, if you don't mind me giving a lengthy punya
Go ahead.
explanation.
Because
Okay.
now what we are talking about is a car that meant for Malaysian. So let's go ahead. Tell me why you
Alright.
choose this car.
So back in 2016, right after my SPF,
2016
yeah,
SPF.
I have
Oh wow.
two friends who own Satria GTI.
Okay.
So one is a friend, high school friend, one is primary school punya friend. One is modified, one is stock.
Okay.
At that time, I didn't have a car. I have a license, but I don't have a car. So all I wanted was a Satria GTI. But
Same
I
like me.
am a Honda man. I am
Yang dumb.
saya memang suka EK9. That's
Yeah.
my
See?
dream car lah
See?
at that time.
See?
Then I didn't know about Satria GTI until they both have it. Then I really wanted that car so badly. I even talked to my auntie that time. I want this car so bad, but then no. She bought me a Proton Saga. Saga BBT. The latest punya Saga kan. Okay.
You know what I do to my parents back then when I wanted the Satria GTI? I tell them no GTI also can. I can live with the 4G13.
Asalkan the Satria.
Yeah, that's what I do. The proposal rejected.
Alamak. Okay, I think so. We are on the same page on
Yes,
that.
we are same page on that.
Yeah, so I wanted that car so badly, but I didn't get it. So I played around with Gen 2 first. Right after
So
that,
you are from Saga to Gen 2.
no, Gen 2 first, and then Saga it was like intermediate punya tengah-tengah lah, transition
So
punya car lah.
the actual first car that you have is
It's
Gen 2.
Proton Gen 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I started working. Was looking around for Satria GTI. But my friend sold his car,
Okay.
and then I saw it on Marketplace.
Okay.
Then I wanted to buy that car. It was sold for 27.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Penang for my work.
Yep.
And then
Career development.
bila saya go to Penang, I just browse through the Mudah punya app lah.
Then your
Then
Thai memory come
I
back.
saw this car. So it was initially listed for 44,000,
Okay.
and then it's been around for 1 year plus. I just Sebab the car was also in Penang, so I just PM the guy lah. I want to see the car. Then I
Jual ke
went-
belum?
belum. Still ada. Okay, so pergi tengok. So pergi tengok. That's why I got it.
So,
So it was because of my friend who influenced me to get Satria.
so back to the question.
Mm.
For you, your initial to buy list is the GTI. So it just happens to know that there is an R3 version.
I knew that there was R3 version, but then who would have thought that you can get Satria R3 lah?
So-
So there's only 150 units, and not many owners were selling at that time. So I just wanted a GTI sebab the R3 punya price was out of reach lah.
Then all of a sudden you find
Betul,
out that
tiba-tiba ada yang within my budget. So
it's a reverse upgrade.
So I wanted a GTI, but I got an R3.
You're actually
Macam
getting
tu
what is better than what you wanted initially.
You can say macam tu lah.
You want the GTR, then suddenly GTR Nismo is for sale for less than what you expected.
Betul.
So how long you have waited? I guess it's about 5 or 6 years after.
5 or 6 years lah.
So-
Lepas tu kerja dulu, baru ambil lah.
Yeah, I think this, we are kids. Of course, we are inspired by something that maybe, I don't know, somebody will call it a nationalism. I wouldn't go as far as that, but somebody will call it automotive enthusiasm. When you are kids, you are inspired by certain car models.
Betul.
Yeah,
I think,
and you do have a very rich social friend. Back then, we ride kapsai. Back then, for my social circle in the SPM era, so back then the best thing that we can have is Yamaha LC.
Oh, okay.
Nobody touching car yet. Some rich one will get them a Kanchil. But so as a kids back then, do you think that the existence of Satria GTI or Satria R3 actually influenced you or make you become an automotive enthusiast nowadays? Or it doesn't work that way?
I would agree. Sebab, okay, patriotism is one. But then, if I could get a Honda for this price, probably I would go for it lah.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty.
But then, I couldn't get the B16B, the Type R
Yeah,
version for this
K9,
price.
yes.
Okay, tu tak mau. But then, how it influenced me, only those who have driven a Satria will know how it feels, how it handles, how mechanical the feeling is. That makes you, I think, really fall in love with the chassis lah. Sebab it's purely mechanical, no EBS, no traction control, no anything. It's you and the car
Yep.
and the roof.
Yep. So maybe I put it that way. If not without a Satria or Satria GTI or Satria R3, you wouldn't know what is the fun part of driving about.
Yeah,
Most probably you will end up in a Atiwa and you thought that is Opeza and you thought driving is all about 1 liter, go how far, and that's all that matters, right?
yeah, maybe
You-
without GTI and R3, I will be a top speed kind of person instead of handling kind of
Yeah,
person.
can go car.
Yeah, highway ada pun 200 lah. Macam
yeah.
tu lah.
Then,
Highway kind of person lah.
Jimat Minya. So, can I say that actually this car somewhat builds you, somewhat inspired you?
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
I am also the kind of person that inspired by this car. For me, back then, I'm an automotive engineering student, and I'm still being broke. So the only thing I have is a Honda Wave, not this car. And today I look at this car. On one part, I know we Malaysia, as a Malaysian, we do have a car that's as cool as this, equivalent to a 208 GTI, 207 GTI, 206 GTI, EK9.
You know the Satria GTI on YouTube in the UK was compared to a Peugeot 206 GTI.
Yes.
I really love rewatching that video kan.
Yeah, and they say it's actually in some part even better than.
better than the 206 GTI. But then, I am truly grateful for what R3 division have done, because without it, I think Proton will be just another
Boring
punya brand lah.
Yeah.
Just point A to point B punya car. Yeah. So I think now that R3 is gone, I don't know what's the direction of Proton in the motorsport industry.
X50. So, in a sense that without this car, will you be an automotive enthusiast as is now today?
I will still be,
But do you think getting an EK9 will be more distance? Like it's too expensive for Malaysia to actually enjoy driving as opposed to a Satria was meant for, or R3 able to provide to Malaysian? Do you
Yeah.
think that?
I think one of the things that you mentioned is this is the Malaysian EK9.
Yes.
So this is the replacement for what we couldn't get.
Yep.
It's within our budget lah.
Yeah, and it's not too bad, right?
It's not too bad. I mean, you couldn't match a VTEC lah. Tapi if you get a MyVac baby, it will be a correct match to a VTEC.
But I see you have done plenty of stuff to your car, which I believe it is somewhat better than MyVac or VTEC. We will talk about it later when we walk around the car. So could you share to me more about what do you feel about the driving feeling of this car? How does it feel like to drive? How does it feel like to handle? Because this is your property, I will not touch it, but I would really like you to tell me from your mouth,
Okay.
how does it feel like to drive? As a passenger, I feel like this car is quite a raw feeling. As you said, everything happens on the road, transfer to the chassis and transfer to our body.
Okay.
And it's a old Mitsubishi chassis, very lightweight. So how does it feel like to drive?
Okay. If you want to compare to the newer models, confirm you sacrifice comfort,
And
And-
dash.
NVH, and also somewhat reliability lah. You cannot expect the same reliability from a car that you just bought on 2024, 2023.
It's not reliability issue, it's more of an aging issue.
Aging issue betul.
Yeah, need
Okay,
more
but
love.
then about driving, okay, mention again, comfort sebab I'm on coilovers now, so memang comfort is number 2 lah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's okay lah.
It's okay.
Then the feeling sangat-sangat raw, very mechanical. You can feel every steering input right here.
Yeah,
feel
I can feel
everything.
that.
And then with all the supporting bars and all the Ultra Racing chassis punya bar,
To strengthen the chassis.
and then with the chassis pun memang double stitch welded. So you are one with the car. You are one with the car with no ABS. You can actually feel without traction control. So if you get into a corner, let's say you got in too fast,
Your brake will
and
lock
then
up.
your brake will lock up. But then it really helps you to learn on how to
Control your
control your car. Help you understand better how to get in those corners, how to correct your mistakes. So I think the raw feeling of driving it memang helps a lot to build your number one confidence and somewhat skill lah.
And all of this wouldn't happen if you do not have this car, you wouldn't have R3.
Yep, definitely.
And because we are all too Proton EK9.
I would have the money for FP2R.
Yes.
Better driver then.
But that's a first world country, first world problem. We are Malaysian. Be humble. I know we all wanted the EK9, but for Malaysia, at least we do have an alternative.
Yes.
And let's not forget that this car is selling for 70 or 80,000 back then, if I'm not mistaken. Then an EK9 back then, a lot of people thought back then cars are cheap. It's not, yo. EK9 back then is selling for close to 200,000. Do you know that? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
I
cheap
don't
one is
know.
called EK3,
betul.
not EK9.
Betul.
So, and it's 1990s and 2000 money, not today money. So, yeah, be careful of this. And now we will talk about what Fahmi has done to his car, and the interior to the exterior, and what makes this car so special.
So we have just ride shotgun with Mr. Fahmi on how does it drive, how does it feels like. And now let's talk about what the proud owner of this Proton Satria R3 has done to his car. Let's welcome Mr. Fahmi. Hi, Mr. Fahmi. Can you introduce me or explain to me what you have done to your car when it comes to the interior, the exterior, or should I say, how do you paint your canvas in a more layman term?
Okay, so the car came out of the factory with Recaro SR4, and then
So
all
that's
the red trims, red interior, and then you also get the Momo tuner straight out of factory.
The gear knob?
Gear knob also carbon fiber. Other than that, itu sajalah, same as Satria GTI.
Okay.
So what I have done to it is I recently replaced the Recaro SR4 with the Recaro SPG.
So-
Only solely because
This one, SPG.
normally for owners lah, they will have a hole here dekat belakang
Because long time
pinggang.
use,
So bila I just want to apa
You
dia
don't want
panggil
to feel the previous owner butt lah, so to say.
bukan. I just want to keep the condition lah. Saya tak nak koyak lah, nanti tak boleh buat balik kan.
Macam pelik je.
Yeah. So I just replace this with the spool bucket.
Okay.
Other than that, it's stock from R3 punya production. Yeah.
So the speedometer is R3, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No. Only GTI gets that privilege where GTI is written there. This is
GTI.
shared with Proton Putra punya R3. But then the meter goes up to 260 lah.
Okay.
Same as the GTI, same as the Putra. Yeah.
So what I see from the interior is your car does have that red color SR4, the red color seat belt, and the red color, black color rear seat, the door trim. Everything is dedicated for R3 back then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Then you have the Momo tuner. Then let's talk about the
Okay, so
gauges.
there's 3 gauges where ada oil press, oil temp and water temp. Those are external punya because you wouldn't have that information lah without those external meters.
Yes.
Tapi would I say it's very accurate? I wouldn't say so lah because this macam imitation punya saja.
No, it's not the branded stuff.
Betul, not DeFi lah.
Because it does remind me of the Evo 3 or Evo 4.
Yes, they have that.
Yeah, that thing is very nice.
That same setup lah.
So that's the interior of this car, and if I remember correctly, this car is the selling point is never about the interior, right?
Yes.
So the interior you can say is almost the same as the GTI.
GTI.
Yeah,
Yes.
GTI, just the seat is different. This is SR4. GTI, I think is using the Recaro, the other one with the net.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, yes.
Yeah, the grey colour punya.
Yep. So when you talk about the chassis, we have just mentioned earlier, it's a double stitch chassis, the C99 Special, then R3 the
Yes.
Sport Belt 8.
Yeah, so basically, what we have here is actually the double stitch well lah. If you can see from here,
Oh, it's there.
you can see all of the welding points are closer to each other. This is one of the where you can see the double stitch welding lah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, and then from the engine bay also you can see all those welding spots are closer to each other. Yeah.
And this is the proud R3 logo.
Yep.
Is this original?
Yes, it is. It's shared with the lining are the same as the GTI punya lining. Just that they replaced this with R3 lah.
Because I remember that era R3, they're still using the MMP.
The V punya logo
Yeah,
tu kan.
the V logo, correct.
But
Then-
no, it is like this lah.
If I remember also, that time when I'm a kid, I'm looking at the brochure, they call this the bloodline stripe.
Yes.
But this is, you can share a story about this bloodline stripe. I'm quite sure after all this year, it already cracked or whatnot.
Yes. So this one was replaced by Nuex Garage in Shah Alam because when I got the car, there's no lining juga. I think the previous owner repainted the car, so they did not install the bloodline stripe lah. Tapi I think it's also to keep the car incognito lah, I would say. Macam
Incognito, yeah, they're worried
tak
that-
nampak sangat lah is a R3 kan.
Is this a fake GTI
Yeah.
1.3 calf? Or is this a R3? So you're trying to recreate the R3.
I would say this looks more like a convert R3 lah. That's why my Instagram name is R3Poo also.
But yours is actual R3. Then let's talk about what you have done to the leg of this car.
Okay,
which
for
is
the-
I think this is the magical part of Satria, right? The
Yeah,
handling.
so for the wheel setup, I'm using 195/50/15 AD09 with TE37.
Yep.
Don't be tertipu lah. Ini imitation saja.
Yeah, you keep the original.
And then calipers, stock caliper. Originally, the Satria R3 came with Mintex punya brake pad and disc. Tapi I don't think this was the one lah. This one has been replaced.
I am not sure if the manufacturer still exists or not.
Yes,
at the
it
moment.
still exists.
It still exists?
I think it's in the UK. Mintex is from UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it still exists. It
Okay.
still is producing. Tapi I don't think for Satria lah. And then I replaced steel braided hose in the front. And then now I am running on TEG Racing punya coilover. I think a new local punya brand lah.
So you're running on a high-low soft adjustable for 4
No,
corners.
just high-low body shift on all 4.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
not bad. Then this is also the R3 or GTI. I think
Yes,
this is
the
original because the fit and finish is nice. Most of the imitation one, the fit and finish is already koyak. And about the front lip and
So front splitter, This is special for the R3 actually. So GTI akan ada that Wira SE punya lip lah, shared with the GTI.
The one that kiri.
Ya, ada macam misai sikit kan.
Ada misai sikit.
So ini memang R3 punya, but then this one is also Shopee Motorsport saja.
It's okay. I'm not sure how much it will crash
I don't think you can get original ones nowadays lah.
Yeah, and you have this nice carbon fiber.
Yeah, replace carbon fiber. Also for Satria R3, you also get a rear spoiler carbon fiber punya with R3 punya emboss inside there lah. Tapi I don't get the R3 spoiler lah.
Kena
sebab selalu kena cabut saja kan, orang cabut kan.
That's why there's a steel magnet on it. It's already stolen. That thing is from CTRM, if I remember correctly. It's an aerospace manufacturing plant that manufactured that rear wing.
Oh,
a special treatment back
I
then.
see.
That's why there are people who try to kaput that thing. In 2002, 2003, carbon fiber is like gold. Now people realize it's actually plastic wrapped. It's a hardened plastic. So let's talk about your engine bay. I think your engine bay is quite interesting.
Okay, yes. If you compare mine to the other Satria GTIs nowadays, I think this will be as close as stock as you get lah.
Wow, R3.
Yeah, you get an R3 bar. It came with front and rear R3 bar, color orange macam ni lah.
Okay, it's orange here. Not red.
Yeah. Memang this color from the beginning.
Okay.
So, but then I don't get the rear punya. It was replaced with Ultra Racing. Okay, and then for the engine part, I think not much have done dekat this car.
You want to tell the story about this?
Yeah, so the car also came with this carbon fiber punya plug cover. So here it is written the serial number. This is unit number 95 out of 150
in
ever
Malaysia.
produced lah. Saya ni macam a bit batak sikit lah. So if you say in Malaysia, no, it's the entire world ever produced.
Yes.
But it's only sold in Malaysia lah. So 150 units produced.
I think it's alright. So what you have done to the engine?
And then for the engine,
4G93P.
Yes, 4G93P. Replace the gearbox. The previous owner replaced it lah with a MyVac final drive punya gearbox.
Okay.
So it came originally with 4.3 final drive. Now it is on 4.6.
So acceleration more sharper.
Yes. And then I replaced K20 punya coil plug. Sebab sebelum ni usually they will run with power TR and distributor lah. So now dia terus direct tarik wire for coil plug. And then that's about it lah. Piston, everything standard.
After 22, 23 years,
Yes.
still stock standard engine internals.
Tapi dah overhaul lah, dah pernah buat lah. Badan stock lah, barang stock. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Ooh.
Not much to be said inside here lah. Just that kita ada D2 punya coil, camber plate. Itu sajalah.
Okay, interesting. And I can see that good news, different than all the Satria that I see outside the chassis Bangkok. For some reason, you know why.
Driver error.
Yeah, so let's move on to the rear part of the car. So I can see that even though R3 has built this foundation for you, I'm not sure if it's you or your previous owner, they actually interpreted the car in their own way.
I would give credit mostly to the previous owner lah. Previous owner done most of the work. Don't have to do. Yeah, so
It's a
all
very
credits to him lah.
Yeah. Then let's talk about the exhaust. I hear your exhaust is very gantung tepi style, which I like a lot. My Iris also gantung tepi.
Gantung tepi, but then nothing special about it. Just a typical
Satria.
Satria punya, and then this one dia cut out saja and then replace welding masuk belakang, itu sajalah. Not a proper exhaust setup. And then dekat belakang battery dia dah tarik pergi belakang.
For better weight distribution, so to say.
Yes, and also more space in front for the airbox lah.
I see that you have a
yes,
ram intake.
the big airbox.
Okay.
And then ada Ultra Racing bar atas sini dengan anti-roll bar.
Bawah.
Bawah. Itu
So
sajalah.
this is for you to strengthen the chassis of the car. Right? Okay. So wow. Mostly it's being done by you or done by the previous owner?
Previous owner. I wouldn't have enough money lah for Ultra Racing parts.
Yeah, true. And now Ultra Racing, it's not really.
Yeah. I don't think they are still producing so much lah.
I don't know. There's something ongoing, but we will leave that on another episode today.
Yep,
We're talking mainly
yep.
about R3. So, do you think cars like this is very interesting?
More interesting than what you have today. More character. More engaging.
Okay.
Because of lack of driver assist lah. No ABS, no traction control, no
And that's
everything.
how a lot of Satria chassis Bangkok.
Probably.
So now we have done talking about your car, the Satria R3, as the beginning of R3 story. And in our next episode, we will talk about the actual peak point of Satria, or should I say R3, the Satria Neo. So I will ask a question before we end the episode today. Why this? Why not the Satria Neo?
I came from a Cam Pro punya platform.
And you hate it.
I don't hate it, so to say. It's got power, but then you need more money if you want more power.
The
I think
potential
this
is
one,
not there.
this one lagi senang dapat power lah.
Okay.
I would say lah.
Well, we will have a Satria Neo on the next episode.
This was the beginning. A rebadged Mirage turned into Malaysia's first real hot hatch. Then came the stripped out R3, where Proton went in all out on Motorsport. But this is not where R3 stopped. R3 wasn't done, because next they built something from the ground up. A car that are not borrowed from the Japanese. A car that are not engineered by the British, but born right here, pure blue-blooded in Malaysia. In episode 2, we look at the Satria Neo, the purest expression of R3.